Good afternoon, my name is Axel Hernandez, and some takeaways that I took from this course have been um, I have gotten a greater understanding of the Constitution and the amendments. Um, I understand how the amendments were created and why they were created. That's something that I gained a greater understanding from. I understand how midterm elections work and how just regular elections work. Uh, Even though the map can look either really red or really blue, most of the time being red, um, it doesn't necessarily mean that uh, the red party will win. It's more about um, how many uh, electoral votes each state has. So um, that's something that I took away. I also took away how the voting system has evolved throughout the years and how unfair it was earlier on when colored people and um, women were allowed to vote. They had to take the exam to see if they were eligible to vote or not, and that exam, even today, is extremely hard to pass, almost impossible to pass. So it was an unfair thing to do. I also know how they didn't make enough offices for people to vote, so the lines were extremely long, and it discouraged voters from actually voting. Um, and Even today, there's still some uh, discrimination against certain voters uh, with gerrymandering or um, with the law that doesn't allow ex-convicts to vote. And I remember us talking about how a couple people were arrested because they voted and they didn't know they couldn't vote. Um, so they went ahead and voted, and they were arrested afterwards, uh, and how unfair that was. Um, I also took away how the drug uh, problem in the United States has greatly affected um, the poor community, and um, how the laws are unfair and unjust. Uh, Going back to the documentary we watched, um, how even the judge uh, said that she felt like she made a injustice to that person she was sentencing because her hands were tied with a minimum penalty for possession of drugs. Um, I also know how it affects the poor community and why uh, the poor community is more looked out, more watched for drug activity, um, and why there is drug dealers because they need the money to support their families. Um, some other takeaways that I took from this class uh, have been some other jokes we have made during class. Um, it made the class a whole lot more exciting, and it made me more eager to come to class because of how the class was um, so calm and fun to be in. Like the who's going to jail, no, who's going to hell jokes, and how many kids, 8-year-old kids, we can take on at once. Um, it was very fun, and interesting class, and I took a lot from it, and these are just some of the things that I took from this course.